You can actually see the song being played in a church, like by the organ guy. Just
That's probably when this guy learned how to play those keys.
I believe this. Well, the lituation continues here on SABC3's TrendingSA, where we with some of your tweets and social media is a buzz because of you. So let's see what you're saying to us. This is a tweet coming through from Official Kia. And I want you, Miss Uli Roberts, to do the honors.
No matter how bad one day, okay, no matter how bad one day was, the moment you tune into TrendingSA on 3, you automatically have a smile on your face. You guys make us forget all our problems for an hour, nyana. Thank you.
Yes.
Official Kia Sektaram Dasekaya.
You know what I think needs to happen? We need to get a 24-hour channel.
Yes.
That's what needs to happen.
What are you going to call it?
We need an SABC 4 where we are just by ourselves.
Exactly.
Where we are expropriating laughter without compensating. All right, let's leave it there. Thank you so much for your posts. And of course, keep them coming our way. We love hearing from you. And we're going to get into it right now. It's time for With a Follow.
So today's Worth a Follow guest is a filmmaker, co-founder of a multi-award-winning production company. He also holds a master's in film studies, and a fun fact is that he is fluent in Mandarin. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Lebogang Rasethaba.
Come through. That armpit smell?
The armpit smell? Listen, I'm obsessed with languages. You speak Mandarin fluently.
I do.
When and how did you learn?
I lived in China for 5 years.
Sure.
And 5 years was enough for you to be so fluent?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it wasn't easy, but I mean, I think when you're in that society and you immerse yourself in the culture, it becomes easier to learn. So I think if you think about it from an outsider's perspective, it kind of seems like impossible, but when you're there and you've got no option but to learn,
and,
your growth,
and they won't accommodate you either.
They won't accommodate you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what does that mean?
Thank you. China more.
I just know ni hao. But what did you learn there that you think will greatly contribute to the South African film industry?
I think maybe it's the function of cinema in that society, in the sense that it really just like charges people with like a really unmistakable sense of like self-worth. So the Chinese people have been able to instill a sense of like, they use it as a tool of propaganda, but what that comes out of is the sense of nationalism, which as like South Africans, I think we can like take a book, not even a, what is it, a page?
A page from that book.
A page from that book, yeah.
Encyclopedia, more like
Yeah.
So at the age of 21, you go out and you decide it's documentary time, and you make a whole documentary about xenophobia, which I was assuming was quite topical at that point in time. So what did you expect the film to achieve, and what did it actually achieve?
I think maybe just a greater sense of like empathy and understanding.
Okay.
I was living in Cape Town at the time, and I was spending quite a lot of time on Long Street, and just the way in which you like interact with like bouncers and car guards and whatever, and just the way in which there's like a sense of hostility from South Africans, and maybe just to like, you know, just humanize people essentially, which is something that film can do as well.
Stop being so entitled, South Africans.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're the worst. We're terrible.
And you've traveled enough to know that. Listen, I'm looking at your ring. It says Arcade. You are a part owner of this company called Arcade, which is this content production company. And you guys have won multiple awards. What are you doing right?
I think maybe we've really been fortunate enough to partner up with some really interesting minds, like Zandi Tisani is one of our young directors, and another guy called Kyle Lewis as well. And just their kind of perspective on issues when it comes to film, I think I think that's what you are as a filmmaker. It's your point of view and your voice. And I think with Arcade, we've been trusted with like an opportunity just to like really explore that inner voice and really bring it out to the people. So we've been quite, it's a combination of like luck and partnering up with the right people, I think.
Your latest project is called People versus Patriarchy, and we have a snippet here. Are you a bit nervous? So it's okay, it doesn't matter. We're going to look at it in Australia.
You're seen as this father figure, this patriarch, this man, right? So we can't even envision an idea that an all-knowing, I don't know, creator can be a woman. For me, that's how, just like from the beginning of everything, is how patriarchy manifests itself in our lives.
What was the intention? I know your mom, you look like your mom. She's a beautiful woman. What was your intention with this project and how was it received?
I think it was about, I think when you think about like the conversation around patriarchy, it's a journey for everybody. And it's a journey that a lot of people are on, and then there's also a lot of people that aren't on this journey because they're not even aware that this conversation is happening. So I guess it's just equipping people with the means to become a part of this conversation. So it's about taking something that seems quite like complex and, you know, reserved for a few as far as a conversation, and just making it more accessible to, I guess, the people. And getting people started on the journey of like, you know, undoing toxic masculinity within, and rethinking what it means to be a man, a woman, you know, all these kind of intersecting kind of like...
Exactly what we were talking about, Nina.
Exactly.
Re-socializing, you're re-socializing the country. Well done, young man. Bit by bit.
So very quickly, I need you to tell me something. So before the ad break, we basically highlighted a part of the culture that is patriarchy. I want to hear what your views are, especially as a man, and the importance of addressing these issues.
Sure. I think maybe it boils down to the fact that, well, one of the things that it's about is that men listen to other men, I think. Just in the same way in which white people... Yeah, white people listen to white people. So I think the same way in which white people should talk about racism amongst each other, so should men. Because I think when it's a woman talking about it, men get defensive, they derail the conversation, and they make it about something else. Whereas maybe, and it's unfortunate that you have men will only listen to another man. So as an example, as a woman, if you like say to a guy, don't hit on me, he won't stop unless you go, this is my boyfriend. So men can only recognize, you know, another man's voice. So I think it's a big problem.
It's a huge problem.
But maybe we might need to find a way to like take advantage of that.
Yeah.
So as a man, I think, you know, I have an obligation to like speak to other men, and not even like from some like point of like, you know, I've got it all figured out.
Yeah.
I'm also trying to figure
It's a conversation.
Yeah, we're all figuring it out together. We're all walking on this journey together. And just...
Which reduces
stress
Anyway, this next video is of a news anchor introducing us to some very friendly goats.
We'll be here through Saturday, and they're very friendly. From the Manatee County Fair, Linda Carson, ABC7. Would you not eat my pants? Ah!
Oh wow! Did you guys see this interview of this Polish historian trying to give an interview, but then his cat was just like all up in the genre?
We tolerate this. If in every key position of the state, the representative of the ancient communist secret services are present, it means that our country is what I name.
The problem is it with the secret services. And then the cat's just doing its own thing. Listen, I just had to share those with you because it's hilarious. That's it for tonight's Low Tuesday. Lowlin.
Shalanas.
Lowlin.
Shalanas.
Lowlin on a river.
We need to recover after all of those videos. We back after this. Alisad.
Bye, guys.
Zonon.
We're going to go to a break. Finish the snacks.
What you do?